We're focused on who's next in prep baseball in our fall tournaments, and one of the names that's next in Georgia is Andrew Akopov out of Mount Paran at 2028. Andrew, man, appreciate the time.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you, man. Now, looking at the PBR profile on you, you're already pushing that exit velo into the 90s. Tell me, when you're at the plate, what do you feel like the strengths are in the game right now?
The strength that I have in the plate right now is just the ability to use the whole field. You know, got a nice line drive, ground ball approach, not trying to do too much.
I know during the junior feature games, you got on the mound for Georgia. We're flirting with the 80s. Have you gotten into that realm so far?
I'm still just like shy, just topping the 80s right now. I'm just kind of trying to gain velo this winter, trying to gain control. Just the main thing right now, control.
When you think about the development of you as a player, do you see yourself as a two-way guy? Are you primarily an outfielder who can get on the mound if they need you to? How do you kind of see that fitting into things?
I see myself as getting older, sticking in the outfield, hitting. I think I could, if I keep working, have a possibility of a future in pitching, but I think as of now, I'm still thinking about hitting.
So I mentioned the junior feature games. You obviously represented Georgia this past summer. For people who don't know what this event's all about, I mean, being a guy who's here in Georgia, to have everybody come into your backyard from across the country, Canada, what's it like to represent the home state in terms of the feature games?
It was a great time. You know, I got to play with some players around the circuit that I've been playing around for a few years. Great to grow those relationships, great to represent our state. It was just a great time. Nice way to have some fun baseball and not try to worry too much about how you're doing.
While you were playing in the junior feature games, your brother Henry was playing for Georgia in the future games. What's the relationship like with you guys in terms of how you help each other on the field?
I think we have a pretty good relationship. You know, we talk a lot, talk about baseball. We got a pretty similar game, both speed, both outfielders, so there's a lot we can rub off on each other. I
know he's a big influence on you coming up as a player, but when you look at guys at your position at the big league level, who do you kind of key in on?
I would say Bryce Harper. I know he's a lefty, but I just love how he gets to his spot early. Nothing too simple, nothing too much. Stay simple and just drive through the baseball.
What do you feel like is that next step for you in the development of you as a player? Is there one thing in particular when you start looking at those big 5 tools that you think this is the thing that needs to be the biggest improvement?
Out of the 5 tools, I'd say one of the things I needed to improve on is probably my fielding. I'm starting to kind of lock down on it better, but it's just got to keep growing with it.
All right, we got to see it in action, so I want to have you grab your bat and take us through your setup at the plate.
All right, so first when I step in the box, I'm just thinking nice line drive approach, just whatever helped my team out. You know, poke a ball the opposite way if I have to. My normal swing, I start up a little open, a little more than shoulder width, and I get my hands right here. And when I load, just get my spot, not try to do too much. And I let this back elbow drop as my hip moves towards the ball. Keep my hands up and drive through. But right now, I'm more comfortable with my 2-strike approach since it's the fall and my timing's a little off. So I'll get a little wider, just square it up with my shoulders. It's just the same thing. Nice hands up here, load my front toe, with the back hand drop on my back hip, top of the baseball, drive.
Andrew, man, thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it. Make sure if you're not already, you're found LakePoint Sports on all our social media channels. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. You got so much more happening here on campus.